Hey there friends, it's B, and guess who's a fucking idiot? If you guessed me, which you probably did, and well, if you've seen any of my videos, you definitely should have, you would be correct. I am, without a doubt, an idiot. So, it is Sunday. Yesterday, Saturday, I recorded another episode for my Amnesia series. And I was gonna edit it today, get it up on Monday, and when I went to edit it, I noticed that my gameplay video was a completely black screen. So I was wondering, I'm like, how could this have happened? Because I almost always check, I record with OBS and I almost always check to make sure that everything looks right. Well, the one day that I didn't check, I had selected the wrong source. So it was still picking up the World of Warcraft source and not the Amnesia source. So it had all the sound but none of the video. So there's good news and bad news that comes with this. The good news is that I didn't really do a whole lot in the video. The bad news is that you missed like my first reaction meeting Agrippa, which, yeah, we met Agrippa in the last episode. He's kind of an important character. Yeah, and then like, a second bad news is that, I mean, now I'm just like missing an episode in my series, and that kind of stinks, but let's go ahead and we'll jump in and I'll fill you in on what happened when we get in there.
You're a good boy, Daniel, and I appreciate your company. But I believe you have more important things to take care of.
So this is Agrippa. Let's get a bit close, but not too close because there are spikes there. Yeah, he's beautiful, isn't he? Anyways, this is Agrippa.
You should hurry, Daniel. No time for sitting around.
He likes to interrupt me. He also was actually helpful when I played.
And I appreciate your company. But I believe you have more important things to take care of.
He was actually very helpful. He told me that, like, the end goal for this is to defeat Alexander, if you haven't, like, figured that out by now.
No time for sitting around.
And he helped me out by letting me know that, what I need to do for the end game here is find these pieces of the orb that, you know, we've been talking about, like, the whole game. So I need to find, like, the pieces of it, and then I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen after that. But yeah, I need to find the pieces of the orb and, I guess, sort of bring them together. And, he wants me to find a tonic that can free him from his husk. That's how he put it. I'm not sure how to go about doing that, where I would, like, find this tonic or make this tonic more likely, because we've had to do that with some things in this game already. So that's what he needs me to do, and I mean, really, that's basically kind of all that happened. Another thing that happened is up here, this room is the chancel. I think I'm pronouncing that right. So I went in here and there was another door. Like you walk forward and there were stairs and there was a door, and I went to that door. I didn't open it yet, but I heard a like growl from one of the grunts, which I did finally look up what they're called. So I heard that, and then the music started, so I kind of backed up back to the entrance. I didn't leave, but I backed up to the entrance and I waited, and the music kept going, so I'm like, okay, is this an instance like the sewers where I should just go ahead and keep going, and like someone's just standing there and I have to like interrupt him or whatever, or distract him or whatever. So I started to creep closer to the door, and then there was like banging on the door, and I was like, oh shit. I ran back to the entrance and I kind of crouched down and waited, and then I saw the grunt start to round the corner because apparently he had like knocked down the door. So I'm like, oh shit, and then I left, and I haven't been back in yet because that was actually where the last video ended. So yeah, it was shorter than the other parts that I've recorded so far. because I knew that when I go into the chancel, I guess this is where I have to go to find the orb pieces, and I wanted to make that one video. This video, apparently it was going to be next week, but I guess it's now. So, yeah, that's pretty much all that happened in the last video. So I'm glad that it happened on a video like that and not like, you know, the final video or something like really huge happening. I mean, I guess meeting Agrippa was kind of big. But yeah, he wants me to find that tonic to free him from his husk because he wants me to take him with me when I go to defeat Alexander. I don't know how that's going to be possible, but I guess we'll figure it out. So I'm going to go in the chancel now. I've already talked your ears off. And we'll see if the grunt is still there. It's going to like creep forward. Okay, that is weird. The door is fixed, I guess? I didn't look to see that the door was broken. I heard a couple knocks, and then I waited by the entrance, and I see the grunt start to round the corner, and I'm like, I noped out of there. I figured he would have like torn it down. Oh god, I'm so nervous. What on earth? Those are some blue flames there. Oh my god. Holy shit. Okay, so this place has completely different vibes than anywhere we've been so far. Oh my god, this is so weird and I love it. Okay. So. Okay, it won't budge. Back in that other room, there are these two very large sort of gate doors. Like that one room where like I kept that small gate door up with those boxes in a previous episode. It was like that, except much bigger. There's two of them, and I believe I need to find a way to open those up. I don't know if I do that in here. I mean, I would assume so since this was like the only way to go. I keep feeling like I'm seeing something move down there, but I don't know if like my eyes are playing tricks on me. And like if it's just the flames or what. Oh.
Just a little further.
It's like Orpheus descending into the underworld.
Are you hiding something?
What do you mean?
Never mind. Your intuition is remarkable.
I'm not sure I'm following.
It doesn't matter. It's just a myth after all.
I don't know which way I need to go. Okay, so straight ahead there was like this like purple glow during that flashback. But I want to see what's to the sides first. My god. This is insane. I don't know if I'll find all the orb pieces in this episode because I don't know how many there are supposed to be. But I'll try to get as far as I can, I guess.
Just like Regent's Park.
12th of August, 1839. Banishment ritual is taking longer than expected, and we have to do what is needed. I spend my time helping out the prisoners. Being around these degenerates makes me ill. None of them even tries to face their punishment with any kind of dignity. They taunt me with their lies of innocence and their cowardly pleas of mercy. What can make a man fall so far from the grace of a civilized existence? They are all wicked men, and I remind myself of it constantly. Still, I am thankful for God sending these monsters our way, as they will serve as the instruments of my salvation. I try to study the different tools in the torture chamber and learn how to use them effectively. Last time was messy, and the effect suffered from my inexperience. When the next warding is to be performed, I shall be ready.
What's that? Bucket of Can you say, I poopy? Okay, I'm back. I was not expecting her to wake up so soon, but you can't always help when you gotta go. Interesting. Oh yeah, I also picked up a slab of fresh meat. Don't know why or how, but there was fresh meat down here and I needed to pick it up. This is so spooky. This place also kind of gives me Oblivion Sewer vibes, though. I don't know why, but it just does. The Shattered Orb. All is lost. I must once again start over. Ever since I recovered the orb first found by Agrippa, I have depended on it for my research. The incident with Wilhelm, sorry, that name always makes me laugh, made me most impetuous. Fearing a paucity of prisoners, I proceeded with the final ritual without proper foresight. The orb cracked and fell into 6 parts. Boom. That's how many I need. I need 6 parts. I don't know if I'll get them all this episode, though. We'll see. We'll see. I've tried everything but have of yet to mend the thing. Unless I can think of a way to piece it together, I'll have to find another. There is still life in the pieces, and even if the orb isn't restored, I might be able to salvage some of its power for some other purposes. Centuries have passed in vain, and I begin to wonder if I will ever be able to see my love again. How much longer can I sustain my life? That's what the tar is for. I believe. I mean, it's like a magical orb. Is tar gonna be good enough? That'll probably work. Interesting. Okay, so the last place to go was that. The way that was straight ahead, but now it's to right. Yes, that's the right way. Just wanted to double check. Is that? It's like Lady
Dead?
What? Pedestal in the chancel has a depression in it that could fit an orb. So I guess once I put it together, this is where I come. And then I go through there. So I'm assuming when I get the orb together, it'll stop all that lightning. And then I go through there. Okay, but I'm still missing something. Because I haven't found any orb pieces yet.
Is this guilt I'm witnessing then? If so, blame yourself. You started this. You sent me that letter asking for help, and this is how you repay me? How dare you!
Okay, so I thought that was where I would be able to access those other two areas, but I guess I was wrong. I must have missed something. Where Agrippa was. See, these are the gates.
Something else. You're a good boy, Tyler, and I appreciate your company. But I believe you have more important things to take care of. You should hurry, Daniel. No time for sitting around.
Oh,
You're a good boy, Daniel, and I appreciate your company. But I believe you have more important things to take care of.
there's something I'm supposed to do up here?
You should hurry, Daniel. No time for sitting around. You're a good
Oh.
boy, and I appreciate your company. But I believe you have more important things to take care of.
Gee, how the hell was I supposed to figure that out? Well, obviously by looking around. Is that... Nope, that still didn't do it. I did something though.
You should hurry, Daniel. No time for sitting around.
Oh,
You're
okay.
a good boy, Daniel, and I appreciate
I
your
remember.
company.
Okay.
But I believe you have more important things.
So when I recorded yesterday, there was an area, I think it was up the stairs, that had some levers in it. I didn't bother messing with them because I didn't know what they were for, and I figured I would need them for later, and yep. I just have to remember where it was.
Maybe she knows.
See, that's the place I came out of. Well, then. Here we go.
Daniel, you have gone too far. I have to stop you. I can't let you proceed any further. I'm sorry, my friend.
What?
Daddy, good to see you. You got the doors open? Good going. I knew you could do it.
Okay, that's all you had to say. The hell? Oh. Thought something was gonna be like attached to it. Okay.
How much more, Baron? How much more am I supposed to withstand? Kill me already! Kill me!
This one. Prepare him.
God. I am so freaked out right now. The kidnapper sat on her knees with her hands tied behind her back. She felt her hands being lifted and her body followed. Her shoulders gave way to the weight of her own body and cracked loudly. The suspended woman cried hysterically as the men contemplated their next step. Oh my god, bro. I got one. Oh hey, a tinderbox. Holy fuck, man. This is messing with my eyes.
Help her! Find a way!
Let me go, you brute!
The cradle is ready.
Good.
You're a man! How can you partake in this?
Is he all right?
He is one of the wicked. Don't pay his lies any attention.
I'm not a bad man! It was an accident!
He set a man on fire.
It wasn't my fault! Why won't anyone listen?
That's horrible.
Forgot to plug my phone in.
We are dealing with monsters here.
Wait a minute. Okay, is it just me or does that sound familiar? Like, I don't know, I feel like we had that flashback at another part in the game where we remember like those words being said or something.
Please! Do anything! Whatever you want! Anything! I'll do anything! I'm innocent!
The arsonist kept crying as he was slowly lowered on and off of the impaler. It didn't take much to break him. They had meant for him to die, but the torture was working beyond their expectations. It wasn't the method, it was the arsonist. He was different from the others. They could make him forget again. Okay. God, I'm so scared that like something's gonna fucking hop out at any moment now. I have a feeling, I'm betting, okay, so there's two areas that I have to go to. There's this and then there's the other area across the way. I'm guessing, yeah, because there's 3 doors here. There's gonna be another piece in there. Then I don't know what's gonna be upstairs, but I'm thinking the other 3 pieces are gonna be across the way. That wasn't there, was it? Bro, that body straight up was not there when I walked in. Oh, God. The rapist hanged upside down, his tears soiled with blood flooding from his belly. The saw between his legs had lodged itself in the hip and wouldn't move any further. The men stepped back and waited for the victim to drain. I'm guessing that signifies the last piece for this area. What the fuck? Oh my god, the body's gone now. Fucking spiral staircases are always so annoying to go up in games. That's Alexander. Fucking sounds like something's falling. I'm not reading that. It's going into detail about the best ways to torture. Is it you, my love, I miss the most, or is it perhaps myself? I know what I have become. I am not blind. I am a monster to them, a demonic sultan perched on a dark mountaintop. There is little I can do to redeem myself. The Black Eagle fears me, and after Napoleon's defeat, it is only a matter of time before they will demand my head on a platter. I must remove myself from this land. This time it must work. If I can't return home now, I shall perish. Well, I think that's going to be it for this episode of Amnesia, The Dark Descent, and holy crap. Okay, so I didn't see any of the grunts or like anything. The shadow, the water creature thing. I didn't see any of that, but this episode still was incredibly freaky. Like, if you probably couldn't tell, my voice was actually kind of trembling a few times because of how much this was just like freaking me out. But we found half of the orb pieces, which is pretty good. And so we just have 3 more to go, and like I said, they're probably in the room across the way. I mean, they're like definitely in the room across the way, obviously, because there's nowhere else to go. So, but thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.